Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a new Blu-ray update. It's been quite a while since I've managed to get in front of the camera and kind of do an update. A couple of reasons, one of which is that I just hadn't picked up a massive amount of stuff. I've kind of cut down. This video incidentally is, I'm going to kind of title it a Steelbook update because the majority of stuff that I've got sat here, by the odd one or two things, just happen to be Steelbooks that I've picked up recently. Haven't been picking up a great deal much else, but one quick word on that before I kind of kick off into showing you some of the bits and pieces that I've got is that I've actually I've kind of like toned down on my Steelbook buying a little bit just recently. I literally kind of went through some of my my accounts on Amazon and HMV and Play and checked out some of my pre-orders, because I'm sure, like as you guys do as well, you know, you kind of see these new things being announced, these new Steelbooks being announced or anything, and you kind of put it onto a wish list or you pre-order it. And I had a good look through and just had a bit of a think about what I really wanted out of those pre-orders, and I ended up kind of chopping a lot of it out. Things that I just felt I didn't really need to double dip on as such. I know there was a big hoo-ha recently in terms of the Play.com Steelbooks, where they're basically selling you, selling a film back to you minus its bonus disc, but in a Steelbook. And I didn't mind that so much because they were quite reasonably priced. I think you were paying about £10 for it, and I could manage with that. You know, I picked up a couple of things like the Iron Man Steelbooks and things like that. But it was a shame that they kind of like ditched that second disc, and it was a little bit naughty, I think. But in a business sense, quite a clever way of selling films back to you, you know, for the second, third, or even fourth time, repackaged, and we buy them, so it's, people complain, but we buy them, so I don't know what you're going to do. But anyway, I kind of downgraded my Steelbook buying, so possibly in the future, I'm not really going to go that way. I'm leaning more towards digibooks at the moment. I've kind of gone through my digibooks, and I've actually been reading them, which we didn't really get a chance to before, in amongst watching the films, and but I've been kind of reading them, and I'm quite into them, so maybe that's the kind of direction that my collection will take in the future. Anyway, I won't waste your time. It's primarily a Steelbook update. I've got a few box sets and things that are new that I will show in a separate update because I didn't want it to be just too much stuff going on. I've got a couple of regular editions that I'll get out of the way first, and the first is John Huston's excellent film, The Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart and Mary Astor. Great film. Long time since I've seen it. I think I was in college the last time I saw this in English, but it's a classic, and it's got plenty of special features on this. This is a single disc edition, but definitely looking forward to checking this out. And I need to pick up Treasure of the Sierra Madre as well. I definitely need to pick that film up. That's the Maltese Falcon. Secondly, I picked up Family Guy, It's a Trap. This is the third in the trilogy. This is the Return of the Jedi spoof by McFarlane, and his Family Guy trope. I really enjoy these. Like the jokes are hit and miss. They get a bit of shit for being, like they kind of throw everything at the screen and see what sticks. But they're enjoyable. If you're a Star Wars fan and a fan of movies, you'll probably spot a lot of the references. Yet to get the first one, I've got Something Dark Side as well sat down there. So I've got that kind of two in the trilogy. I'm looking forward to picking up Blue Harvest, I think it's called, and watching that. So great to have that in the collection. Right, on to we've got about half a dozen Steelbooks to show you here. Excuse me. First is a film I haven't seen before, so I can't really go too in depth. But it's a film by Monty Hellman. It's called Two Lane Blacktop, and it's a Eureka Masters of Cinema edition. Spy number 26, if you're interested in those kind of things. I'm assuming it's some kind of road movie. I've read the booklet. The booklet inside here is basically a product in itself. It's this huge, thick book, really nice. Basically just contains essays and kind of excerpts from film magazines of the time, of the 70s. Really nice. Single disc Blu-ray there. Sorry about that glare. But I'm looking forward to checking it out. I am a big fan of this series. Great kind of white outer packaging there as well. Very cool. That's Region B locked for anybody outside of those territories who's interested. Next up is the picked up the Terminator. I think this was a Play.com exclusive. I'm not sure it's on there now. I think this might have been out of print already. I think I went to have a look to try and pick up a copy for my brother, and it had vanished off the site. I wasn't initially going to pick it up because I'm waiting for a box set of the Terminator films on Blu-ray. I know there is a couple of collections, but I'm waiting for something a little bit better, I think. But for now, very, well priced, nice looking steelbook, different artwork as well, which interested me. Different to the usual Terminator artwork. Single disc Blu-rays in there as well. And I haven't read anything actually, or heard anything about the transfer on this, so I'm looking forward to popping that in and seeing it, because it's been a long time since I've seen it. I think I need a Terminator trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever it is these days, to kind of re-familiarise myself with the series. Next up, I think this is Play again. I think I've been hammering Play a little bit recently, and this is the Coppola Restoration Godfather Steelbook. I sold my box set. I had the UK box set, which was a big clunky thing with the 4 kind of Amaray cases in, and I got rid of that just to make some space, and picked up this with the kind of proceeds of that sale. Quite a minimalist kind of design on the front there, which I quite like actually. I wasn't sure at first. It's a bugger because it shows up all your fingerprints on the front of that, which is not always the best. But you've got all 3 movies on 3 discs and a supplements disc in there, and there is a nice bit of artwork if you're into those kind of things of the three dons, if you like, I suppose. Brando and a couple of Pacino pictures, which is pretty cool. Again, one of my favourite film series of all time. I'm not going to waste everybody's time selling The Godfather to you, but the third one, it's not as good as the first 2, but what is. But it's still a good film in its own right. I enjoy it. Definitely need to sit down again to watch that series. It's been a while. I don't know where I'm going to get this time from. Next up, it's probably one of my favourite steelbooks that I've seen in a long time. Trying to think of other, there's every now and again a really good steelbook turns up, and this is one of them. This is the Play.com exclusive sleeve of The Raid. Is it Gareth Evans? Gareth Evans film, yeah. Great action film. I saw it at the cinema, in an empty cinema really, because nobody went to see this that I knew. And I enjoyed it, but I think for me it was a little bit overhyped. It had that overhype to it. Great action film, no doubt about it. But I've read some things. I was reading things like it's the greatest action film of all time, and I don't know who's to say, but great steelbook. Kind of design there, very different. Single disc. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Incidentally, I went to see Dredd, the Judge Dredd film, and it's a big shame because the plots are quite similar. It's one of those kind of coincidences, bad timing possibly, but not to worry. It was a good film. I enjoyed Dredd as well. Definitely one to check out if you haven't already seen it. Next up, I picked up, I think this is German. I picked up the German Steelbook of Ratatouille. Getting all my Pixar releases now. And this was a good price, I think, on Amazon Germany. Yeah, it's a German release. I'm kind of enjoying the Pixar steelbooks that they're putting out on there. Love the covers on them. Very kind of clean and glossy and look really, really cool. Plain inside, single disc. But great film as well, and looks awesome on Blu-ray. Definitely worth getting. Next up, Avengers Assemble. This is the UK steelbook release. I was in 2 minds about what to do with this, because I saw a couple of different versions. I think Sainsbury's had done one where it had a bonus disc on with a 90-minute documentary, which is a shame because I want to see that. So I'll pick that up at some point maybe. But for now, great film. One of the most enjoyable films of the year for me. Big fan of Marvel and what it's doing at the moment. Looking forward to the kind of the next wave. Definitely looking forward to Winter Soldier, the Captain America film, and the new Thor movie. Iron Man 3, of course, as well. So I'm hoping that's all going to culminate in another big fat Avengers style action movie at the end. Nice little spine on there as well with the characters, if you can see that. Light's not the best. And finally, for this update, I'll keep it quite short. Like I said, I'll leave the box sets to a separate one. Probably a guilty pleasure for this year, which I'll get a lot of shit for liking, but it's Battleship. And God, it has its, you know, it has its moments of absolute eye-rolling stupidity. I remember in the cinema letting out a kind of collective groan at the end of, as the kind of enlisted the veterans again to fight alongside them against the aliens, which is of absolutely no disrespect to military veterans whatsoever, but it just seemed, I don't know, it was one of those it was one of those moments. Nice Steelbook. It's one of those films for me, you know, it's so bad it's good. Rihanna actually got a lot of shit for being in this film, and you know, I'm not a biggest fan in terms of kind of going into an acting career, but I didn't think she did anything particularly wrong. I didn't think she stood out as anything bad in the film. She certainly fared no better than anybody else. But I don't know, the kind of alien invasion plot, you know, it's been done to death, but it was just great to see, you know, see it on this scale. I think stuff blowing up very, very, and I've heard other people say this, very, very Michael Bay-like I felt in some of the scenes of buildings falling over and just kind of eye-popping CG every 5 minutes. Very Michael Bay. I can imagine him doing this. It's got him all over it. But I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. I think I'm already seeing it on like the worst films of the year lists and stuff like that. But you know, it's not everything can be The Godfather, but it's all right. It's good for a laugh. And that's it. That was a really quick update. Bit of waffling on about Steelbooks and things like that at the beginning. Still into our Steelbooks. I'll still pick them up, but I think I was getting carried away. Certainly when I looked at my pre-order list, you know, I was just seeing things on there that I was double dipping, probably triple dipping in sometimes. Certainly, one of the major things that I was going to get was the Prometheus Steelbook, and it just outpriced itself for me. I thought £24 was just pushing its luck. I know it had a 3D version in there as well, and I like the look of the Steelbook. I've seen a few people show it, and I love the artwork on it. I've actually gone for the 4-disc 3D version because I definitely want to see that Furious Gods documentary. I think it's like a 4-hour documentary on there that I want to check out. And I think I'd be like $19.99 for that. And I think, you know, I know for the sake of £4, but I just thought I didn't want to be seen to be supporting these massively priced Steelbooks. I know it's a weird kind of attitude to have, but yeah, I just kind of toned it down a little bit. I think toned it down in general, but there's still plenty of stuff coming. I've got a load of stuff. I kind of went through my Amazon wish list the other day and picked a load of things, you know, that were at a good price, and trying to crack through my wish list a little bit, build a collection. And I think HMV have got a 5 for £30 special offer at the moment that I'm going to hit, I think, at some point. I keep going in there and having a little look, and I could definitely get rid of some money in there, so I'm going to have a little look in there. For now, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me waffle on. It's good to be back making another video. It's been a couple of months. I've still been enjoying watching everybody else's videos and seeing what everybody else has been getting. In the meantime, guys, I'll be back very, very soon. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you all later on. Bye-bye.